Everyone keeps talking about how large cap funds is safe and steady, and small cap funds being high risk and high return. But what if I told you the real wealth creators often sit in the middle? Yes, I am talking about mid-cap mutual funds. In almost every bull market, that is when stock prices keep rising. For example, in 2003, 2007, 2014, 2017, 2020, 21, mid-caps have outperformed both large-cap and small-cap funds. They are the first movers when the economy revives, because they are quick in expand and more agile than large cap. So in this video, we're going to break down everything that you want to know about mid-cap funds. What they are, how do they work, what kind of returns they have been giving, the risk, and most importantly, whether you should invest in them. Stay till the end because you will understand about mid-caps more than the 90% of people. Namaste friends, I am Rohini and you're watching the knowledge series of fincash.com. In India, SEBI, that is the Security and Exchange Board of India, classify companies into three broad categories based on their market capitalization, which simply means the market value of companies' shares. So the top 100 companies by market cap are called large cap funds. Name we all know, such as Reliance, TCS, HDFC Bank, Infosys. Then comes the next 150 companies ranked from 110 to 250. And these are known as mid-cap funds. Think of these companies like Trent, Blue Card, PC Jewelers, Vardhaman Textile, Polycab, Persistent Systems, and so on. And then everything beyond, from the 251 onwards, are small cap, which are much smaller and volatile. When you invest in mid-cap, at least 65% of your money goes into small cap, whose market capitalization lies roughly between 5,000 crores to 20,000 crores. Mid-cap funds are not startup anymore, but they are not yet corporate giants. They have proven business model. They have shown profits and the fast growth stage of expansion. So you can think of them as a teenager in the stock market, not as stable as adults and not even as reckless as toddlers, but they are full of energy and potential. So a mid-cap keeps changing every 6 months. Many investors think that a mid-cap stays mid-cap forever, but SEBI reclassifies companies every 6 months based on full market cap ranking. So the companies that were mid-cap last year, for example Tata Power or Torrent, might become large cap soon. That means your mid-cap fund automatically evolves over time. Now here is where it gets interesting. If you look at Nifty Midcap 150 Index, which represents India's top mid-cap companies, it has delivered an average annual return, that is CAGR, of around 17 to 20% over the last 10 years. Compare that with the Nifty 50 Index, which tracks large cap stock. It's given about 12% CAGR in the same period. That's a massive gap, and it shows how powerful the mid-cap funds growth could be. Now let us understand why does this happen. Because mid-cap companies are that perfect sweet spot. They are not startup anymore. They have survived the early struggles. They are profitable, expanding, innovating, and scaling. But they haven't yet become too large to grow fast. These mid-cap size firms are often the future large cap. Take a look at these examples. Bharat Forge, once known for auto parts, now expanding into defense and aerospace manufacturing. Tata Power, after years as a traditional utility company, it is reinventing itself through solar and EV charging infrastructure. ABB India, it is evolving from electrical equipments to automation, robotics, and green energy solution. Varun Beverages, the bottling partner for Pepsi in India, which turned from a small bottler into dominant FMCG player. So these are the companies where mid-cap funds invest. They are the maturing growth stories which can multiply your wealth over time. And that is the beauty of the segment. You're catching the growth early, but with more stability than small cap. As you might have probably guessed, the higher growth potential comes with greater risk. So mid-cap funds are volatile. When market falls, they fall harder. For example, during the COVID-19 crash in March 2020, the Nifty Mid-Cap 150 fell by around 40%, while the Nifty 50, that is large cap, fell by about 35%. However, here is an interesting part. When market recovered, mid-caps bounced much faster. In fact, within next 12 months, many mid-cap funds doubled the investors' money. So that's the nature of mid-cap. They fall fast, but they also rise faster. So the golden rule here is, if you're planning to invest in mid-cap mutual funds, you need to minimum stay invested for 7 years. Because in the short term, they test your patience. And in the long term, they reward your discipline. So mid-cap funds is not about timing the market. It is about time in the market. So if you're someone who already are stable with large cap funds or index funds and looking to boost your return with taking slightly more risk, then mid cap funds are perfect for you. But however, if you panic when the market falls, then mid caps may not be for you, because in the short term corrections, they can fall about 20 to 30% drastically. But if you stay committed and keep continuing your SIP, then they can turn into gold. So let's say if you have now decided to invest in mid caps, there comes a challenge with dozens of investment options, which one you should ideally pick. So let us break down step by step in a way that even if you are a newbie in the investment world, you will understand it easily. First one is always look at the long-term performance. Most people make this mistake. They open a mutual fund app, they sort it by 1 year return and choose the fund that comes in the top. That may not be an ideal way to select a mid-cap fund, because mid-cap are cyclic. They go through phases, sometimes outperforming the market for 2 years, then underperforming for 1 year. So short-term numbers can completely mislead you. Instead, look at 5-year and 10-year CAGR. Check for yourself that has this fund consistently beaten the Nifty Midcap 150 index over long period and not just 1 year. For example, Kotak Midcap Fund has given about 17.19% CAGR over 10 years, consistently staying ahead of its benchmark. Motilal Oswal Midcap Fund and Axis Midcap Fund have also shown strong performance and stability over multiple market cycles. So always choose consistency over hype. The second is always check the expense ratio. This is something that most investors might ignore. So every mutual fund charges a small annual fee for managing your fund. That is called expense ratio. So now it may look small, for example 1% or 1.5% or 2%, but let me tell you, it eats over your compounding. Let's look at an example. Let's say two funds both earn 14% returns before expenses. If one fund has an expense ratio of 1.5% and other has 0.8%, the difference in your final amount over 20 years can be lakhs of rupees. The third comes the fund size. This could be the most underrated factor. Mid-cap funds work best when their size, known as asset under management, is balanced. If a mid-cap fund becomes too large, say above 40,000 crores or 50,000 crores, it faces a challenge. Why? Because the mid-cap universe itself is limited. Only about 150 stocks as per SEBI's definition. When a fund becomes too big, the fund manager cannot deploy such a large corpus efficiently in those limited stocks without moving the prices or compromising on quality. This can dilute your returns over the time. So it is often better to invest in funds with moderate AUMs, big enough to show investors confidence, but small enough to stay nimble. Fourth important point is fund manager's track record. Behind every great fund, there is a smart, disciplined, hard-working hero that is not seen in front. That is your fund manager. For example, Mr. Chirag, who manages HDFC Midcap Opportunities Fund, has been managing this category over 15 years through 2008, 2020 and multiple market crashes, and has still maintained consistent returns. Similarly, Harsha Upadhyay at Kotak AMC have shown a research-driven approach that focuses on quality mid-cap companies rather than just chasing momentum. So before investing, check for how long the fund manager has managed the fund. If a fund has changed managers frequently, its performance pattern may not be stable. So it is not just about fund, it's also about who's driving it. The fifth parameter is your investment horizon, that is for how long you will invest. This probably could be the most important part of your investment strategy. As we have already mentioned, mid-caps are not for short-term investments. They are built for investors who are committed to invest for at least 5 to 7 years and ideally even 10 years. Because market moves in cycle, there will be correction, volatility and fear phases. But history shows that over 5-year rolling period, good mid-cap funds always beat large cap. The best way to invest is through SIP, that is systematic investment plan. They average out your cost, reduce volatility and help you buy more units when prices are low. If you want to invest in lump sum, do it only when the market has corrected or after a period of underperformance. Never jump in when mid caps are already at all-time high. That's how you should avoid entry risk. So here diversification plays an important role. It is not ideally suggested to put all your money into mid-cap funds. If you want to explore in the world of equities, you can diversify by putting your money into large cap, mid-cap, small cap. You can also explore ELSs for tax-saving investment and global funds for having international exposure. So having a perfect mix of portfolio is good for long-term wealth creation. Now let us talk about numbers because that is what really shows the power of mid-cap. So now let us see, if you start 5,000 systematic investment plan in a good mid-cap funds with expecting CAGR of 15%. In 10 years, your total investments grows into 13.15 lakhs. In 15 years, your 5,000 SIP becomes around 30 lakhs. And in 20 years, it grows into 66 lakhs. That's the magic of compounding. Your money grows on the top of its own growth. So the earlier you start, the more powerful this compounding effect becomes. So now you might think, what is the future of mid-cap in India? So the outlook looks very promising as the Indian economy size is projected to grow double in coming years. And it's the mid-sized business like manufacturing, capital good, defense, pharma and IT services that are likely to benefit the most. Government initiatives like Make in India, PLI scheme and export incentives are boosting mid-cap companies directly. Many of them are expanding abroad, diversifying and becoming tomorrow's large cap. So if you believe in India's growth story, mid-cap can be a promising investment strategy for your portfolio. Mid-cap funds are like young blood of the Indian economy. They are ambitious, driven and full of potential. Over the long period of time, they are the ones who shape India's corporate landscape. If you stay patient, invest regularly, and let the compounding do its job, then mid-cap funds can be a secret weapon to your long-term wealth creation. Because sometimes the biggest opportunity lies right in the middle. It is your money invested smartly. If you have found this video truly inspiring and knowledgeable, then please like, subscribe and share it with your friends.